Imagine you're sitting on Wall Street. Donald Trump is about to make an announcement. Maybe it's about tariffs, maybe Iran, maybe a trade deal. Whatever it is, there's a chance the stock market is about to move. Millions of Americans are waiting to find out what the president is going to say, but you don't have to wait. Because you paid for faster access. Potentially $100,000 a month. And the company collecting that money? Trump Media. The company behind Truth Social. A company in which Donald Trump still has an enormous financial interest. So naturally, this has produced one hell of a question. Is the President of the United States basically selling insider information to Wall Street? The answer isn't as simple as you might think, because this probably isn't traditional insider trading. But once you understand what Trump Media is actually selling, I'm not sure that makes this much less concerning. First, we need to understand what's actually being sold. On August 1st, Trump Media launched something called the Truth API. An API sounds complicated. It isn't. Think of it like a direct pipe connecting Truth Social to another company's computers. Instead of somebody sitting at a desk refreshing Trump's Truth Social page, the moment a post appears, a computer can receive it automatically. And Trump Media isn't hiding what makes this valuable. The company says the service provides what it calls the fastest access to posts from some of Truth Social's most influential accounts, and obviously, the most important account is Donald Trump's. According to Reuters, Trump Media discussed charging as much as $100,000 per month for access, or around $60,000 a month with a 3-year commitment. That's potentially more than $1 million a year. So who on earth would pay that much money to read a social media post? Wall Street. Specifically, companies involved in algorithmic and high-frequency trading, because these companies aren't necessarily paying $100,000 to learn something you can't eventually learn yourself. They're paying to learn it faster. And in modern financial markets, milliseconds can be worth a fortune. Normally, selling an API isn't particularly controversial. Financial companies already spend enormous amounts of money buying faster access to information. Bloomberg sells financial data. Stock exchanges sell data feeds. News organizations sell information services. That's business. But there's one gigantic difference here. Donald Trump isn't just some businessman posting his opinions online. He's President of the United States. And Trump routinely uses Truth Social to communicate things involving actual government policy, tariffs, trade negotiations, foreign policy, military developments, things capable of moving stocks, currencies, oil prices, and entire industries. And Trump Media itself understands the value. When the company announced Truth API, its CEO said, "Markets already move on Truth Social posts." Exactly. That's the product. Imagine Trump announces a massive new tariff affecting a particular country. A computer connected directly to Truth API receives that post. Artificial intelligence reads it almost instantly. An algorithm determines which companies could be affected, and trades can potentially begin before an ordinary investor has even finished reading the notification on their phone. We're not talking about someone knowing something hours beforehand. We're potentially talking milliseconds. But that's exactly how high-frequency trading works. A tiny speed advantage multiplied across enormous trades can become real money. And suddenly, Trump's social media posts aren't just political communication. They're a financial product. Legally, it's complicated. Traditional insider trading generally involves trading securities based on material, non-public information in violation of a duty or through other prohibited conduct. And that's not obviously what's happening here. Trump makes a post. The post becomes public. Paying customers simply receive that public information faster. There's currently no public evidence showing Trump secretly tells these traders what he's going to post before he posts it. There's no public evidence that Trump is personally instructing them what stocks to buy. And paying for faster access to public information is not automatically illegal. Wall Street already pays enormous amounts of money for speed. And critics aren't just complaining about this on television anymore. They're going to court. On August 12th, The Intercept and the Freedom of the Press Foundation sued Trump and others in federal court. Their argument goes beyond insider trading. They argue that important presidential communications shouldn't effectively give wealthy paying customers an advantage over journalists and the general public. Better question isn't necessarily, is this insider trading? It's, should a sitting president personally benefit from selling faster access to his own potentially market-moving presidential communications? We're entering a pretty strange world when information from the President of the United States has two speeds. One for everybody else, and another for people willing to pay his company $100,000 a month, and whether that's insider trading or not. I think Americans have every right to ask why that's acceptable.
Smart people don't like me, and they don't like what we talk about.